You know. What's up, world? It's your girl, Sporty Shorty. I got my guy Blackjack,
What's up? What's up? What's up?
and of course, I got Coach Mo joining us again.
What's that word?
And y'all know we got to talk a little bit about March Madness. But first, I want to congratulate the Yukon Huskies for winning the women's championship. Those girls right there, I mean, they did amazing. Um, Shout out to Don Staley, man. I was hoping for a repeat, but you know, UConn was two steps ahead every single time. So, but
Got a hand very fast.
they had an incredible season. Shout
They
out to
did.
Sarah.
They did.
Shout out to Az. Shout out to Paige Buckets, man. I call her Paige Buckets. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was exciting women's basketball. You know, I'm excited to see it every year. You know, but with that being said, we got to move on to the men. Because we did have some exciting basketball on yesterday.
Oh
So
yeah.
whew, we gonna let Mo start with the Auburn Tigers. Cause my question is, what happened to Auburn?
What happened to Auburn? Shoot. Where do I begin? Auburn disappeared, man. I can't even lie to you. We had our chances. We definitely had an opportunity to win the game. We up at by 6 at the end of the half, or was it by 8? We up by 8, yeah, at the end of the half. And we did that by controlling pace and tempo. But when the pace didn't favor us anymore, we didn't adjust. We kept on doing the same doggone thing. And guard play, man, guard play kills. We did not have an answer. Like Mark Jackson say, Mama, there go that man. We did not have an answer last night for Clayton Jr. at all. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like if we would have won that game, we had a chance to win the whole thing. Like whoever wins, on that side of the bracket, I think is gonna win the whole thing. I think Florida's finna beat
Okay.
Houston. So I'm like, man, I like our chances. And you know how hard it is to beat a team twice. They had us up by like 20 when we played them the first time. We could it, and then even I think we only lost maybe about 7 or 8 or something like that. Can't remember the exact score, but we cut it down. And I thought that we would take some things from that game and bring it over to this one. And you got Broom playing down in the post, killing in the first half, but he just totally goes away from it. And I can't put that all on him. I got to put that on Bruce too. Bruce, as a coach, got to make some adjustments. If I know my big is down there doing work and he's punishing people, why am I going to allow him to step out? Like I know he has a tendency to want to be on the perimeter as a passer, but he's no real threat out there. So if I'm the coach, I'm like, no, we need you back down on that block. It's going to help us create some better spacing. Because when he would come up, off that screen and catch it on that elbow or on that wing, all Florida did was just sit back. They knew all the driving lanes was going to be cut off, and that's our best asset. We're a streaky 3-point shooting team. But in all actuality, for everything that we do, we need space. And if you got him out on that perimeter, now there's a threat, at least against a good team. All year long, he kind of was spoiled. He get out there, hit a couple threes every now and then, look like he's doing something. He has some success out there. He's a good player. But he wasn't going to be what got us over the hump. It was going to be a combination of things. Coaching, the defense, and then being able to, everybody by committee making timely buckets. And we didn't get that. That freshman inexperience showed up with Pettiford. Pettiford looked like he was point shaving out there to me. I ain't gonna lie. I was mad. I was mad because he's doing things that I'm like, is it uncharacteristic of him? But then at the end of it, I had to sit back and take a step back. I had to think. He's coming off the bench for a reason.
Yeah.
And last night showed me exactly why he comes off the bench.
Well, Mo.
Yeah. A lot of things went with that game. I feel like to me, I think that first half when the Brooms had the elbow injury, it was already tender. And my big man from Florida did that backspin move, made sure he made a little contact with the elbow. I think that kind of hurt him when gripping that ball and that funny ball kind of feeling funny. You got to grip that
I get it.
ball, a lot of loose balls. I think that kind of took away from his game a little bit, little momentum a little bit. I looked at that part of it. I mean,
I
the
agree with
Florida
that.
team, Florida, they are streaky too. Like when they get down, if they ever get a little, they find a little kink in the armor, they can really get loose. That's what they did.
Yeah,
They did the same thing in
that's
Alabama
what
in
they
the
did.
tournament. They do a lot of people. They get down. If you let them play around and did the tournament earlier this tournament, I couldn't. The team before they played, they did it. They came back and got a little comeback victory. So with Florida, they couldn't stop the little junior. They couldn't stop what they call Baby Curry. They couldn't stop Baby
Yeah,
Curry. He was like, all right, y'all just let me hang around. And I think
Mhm.
yeah,
Auburn
he was
had a good
bad
little
too.
thing going until they let them come hanging around. A team like a Florida, you ain't gonna ahead and beat them.
You
You
got to
can't
put
let them
them
hang
out.
around.
You
You
got to
got
put them
to.
out. Right.
But I think the team all played good, but Florida a good team too. And then the guy was on, he been on Bruce Pearl's staff as well, so he know what to expect. He Kirby
You know
Smart him
what
a
to
little bit.
listen.
I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie. He kind
yeah,
of knew the Kirby Small. He kind of knew what the team was gonna do a little bit.
yeah,
He been on the
yeah.
Bruce for 2 years, so. But no, it was
I agree
overall a
with
good
that.
game. I like what they did, but I give it out to Florida too. They won ACC tournament, so they did their thing. I ain't gonna act like they just so I give it to them. Like it was a good
Yeah.
series.
Like I
So
saw some
I.
things that, from one game to the next, I saw how, we did make some adjustments, but that was more so on
Mhm.
the defensive end. Like the first time we played them two bigs killed us down in that paint.
Oh
And we didn't
yeah, they got
get
some
anything
bigs.
this time, but we didn't necessarily capitalize off that on our end too. You know, but all in all, it was a good season. You got people really, really considering whether Alabama is a basketball state or not right now.
Yeah. I
Now
thought
You
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 was gonna.
see it? Yeah.
see
The
she
state
thought
put
I was gonna
on. The
say something
state
about
put
the
on.
Tide.
Wait,
Yeah, the state put on.
I don't want to leave Auburn without showing Mo something real quick. This is when I knew. Oh no, listen, Mo.
What's it? How you can?
Woo! Listen, I know then it was over. And I ain't and listen, Johnny Broom has got to make free throws. I mean, I was rooting for Auburn the
Yeah.
time. And to me, it was like they had every opportunity to win it. When that boy had an opportunity to tie the game up with a three, he traveled.
He
Because
traveled his butt off.
he came out and didn't expect nobody to put pressure on him. So when
Mhm.
he came so fast, I said, "Oh my goodness!"
And
And then
he actually was our best player last night.
exactly, and then like Alabama, you live by the three, you die by the three. Couldn't hit nothing when it counted. So
Mhm.
I wanted Auburn to win, but Florida looked. I mean, oof, they look good.
Florida looked spectacular.
I want to say this too, but they too old for that too. They too old to lose like that too. They were
I
too
didn't want
old. They were too old for that. Like everybody at least 25 years old on the team. They were too
Yeah,
old for that too. Y'all know better. Y'all seen all these different defensive people. Y'all should do something.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think the old guys they caught up to them. They
I
caught them
don't know.
slipping.
I mean, I think it was Florida just flat out the better team and they could score it, man. You got to deal with that
Mhm.
offensive firepower. Like especially when you got a killer like Clayton, you got to deny him the ball the whole night. You got to be in his body. You got to frustrate him, make him, like matter of fact, I give you case in point. Some people say it has something to do with fatigue, but I also think it was mental too. With Cooper Flag last night. If you look down the stretch, man, they were able to keep him from getting that ball. But if I want it bad enough, you're not going to deny me. I'm going to go get it if I know I'm the man and it's on me to make a bucket at the end of the game. Now, I got to give him props for the shot that he did take. It was a good look, but there were plenty of opportunities during that last portion of the game where Houston was putting their foot on their neck, just going for the gusto, and Cooper was kind of like, you know, just waiting or something like that. Like, no, you the guy. You
Yeah.
got to come. We need you more than you need us. And that was their freshman inexperience.
Mhm.
So, what I'm
H-Town
saying with
got down
Florida,
on that one.
you got a guy like Clayton. He's a senior. He's been here before. He knows adversity. And he just a walking bucket.
Wait a
I
minute
Yeah.
now.
think his
Wait a minute.
will.
Wait a minute
He
now.
can't, and he had Rick Pitino when he go transfer portal too. He came from Rick Pitino at Iona,
Yeah,
so he's from the transfer portal. So he been around the block a couple
he
times.
been around the block.
But
Yeah, he battle tested.
they saying they got robbed. That is what everybody's saying.
A change of events. That's a play on to me. I agree.
I,
Hey, you don't make that call. You don't make that call. You don't make
why?
that call. Man, that's a play on.
That's a play on.
That's a play on.
I don't know. I feel
That's
like
cool.
that play right there determined the game. And a lot of people saying the refs took it.
Shoot, now we'll turn it. Man, them running that same out of bounds play, killed them. They ran the same play 4 times in a row, and Houston was all over their stuff. Like, yeah, that play did make a difference, but Houston just wanted it better. That's what it came
And
down
that
to.
rebound too. That number 13, my man, he get all the buckets. He get all the rebounds. He
Yeah,
gonna make his money in the NBA just off the rebound, just off rebound. Like he can develop his offense. I think the rebound, he was a big factor. I think he out rebounded Duke by himself.
let me ask y'all this: who's the best player in the tournament right now? Like who's when this is all said and done, who are we gonna be talking about?
That Florida guard.
Yeah,
Man,
but
I asked somebody
Houston
the
team
other day.
defense is aggressive though. I think Houston
Yeah.
team defense, they can put more bodies on my boy Clay. They gonna put more bodies on. They gonna put. I got young guards that shoot the 3 ball real good too. They got old guards that shoot the 3 ball real good. So I think they're gonna put that. Houston, they kind of sold me. I ain't gonna lie. They kind of sold
Beat
me.
Florida?
But at the
Yeah,
same time, I mean, now you
that
say
team
that
defense and that rebound, that team defense, they kind of sold me. Not
you
gonna
say
lie, they
Houston
sold
showed
me.
you something on that aspect. I mean, what Cooper Flag had last night, like 27.
It wasn't
Yeah,
enough.
I mean,
and it
but
still
my point
wasn't.
is,
And then they was up with the last 2 minutes. Though they still was up, and Houston still
They was
came
right,
back and got
up
them.
by
right.
7.
They
But that's
was
my point.
up. No, he was
But
up and they still walked them down. That's why I said that defensive team, they get in you.
but,
They
that's
make
my
you
point.
fatigue.
That's against Cooper Flag. As good as he is, he's as good as advertised. But like I said, that freshman stuff came in at the end of the game.
Mhm.
Man, Clayton just looked different. He just looked
He
different.
look different, but if I'm in the draft, I'm still picking Cooper Flag first.
Yeah, you always go with, well, I'll say this. Years ago, the trend has been you go with the upside, you go with the younger guy. But the way this portal is and the way college basketball has kind of shifted towards catering towards older players, and you see like a Dalton Connect with the success he having, with the Lakers, it hadn't been consistent lately. But you see overall, they see these older guys already, and teams acting like they want to win now in the NBA. So I don't know. Somebody, if it came down to it, somebody had the right fit and they needed a playmaker to put the ball in the hole and they trying to go and win now mode, I think they'll choose Clayton first.
Cooper
It depends
Flag
on who
can't
that
Yeah,
play
team
all
is.
day now.
you can, but my man on the night, how old is Cooper Flag? 19 years old.
I get it. I get it. He's 19. He's 19,
Yeah,
but like
I'm gonna take the
every
young guy
19
because
not winning.
first round in the NBA, that's the project pick. Second round, you're more guaranteed. Like you said, you get your
Hey,
seniors and all your juniors that been there. But you want to go?
Learn
I
about
rather
their shit.
give me a one and done player. Give me a one and done because I know he already. I mean, he played with the Olympic team this summer. I mean, he played with them, so I gotta go with that. I'm sorry. I feel like he gonna be league ready.
Who's the worst team in like who's I guess supposed to have the number 1 pick?
Mhm.
If you're looking at the
That could
standings
be a
right
lot
now.
of teams.
yeah, I don't know about that one.
They could
I
be a lot
say
of teams right now. They still fight for playoffs right now. It could be a lot of teams. They can go east or west. But
let's
Cooper
say
Flag he gonna be on a team that got a brand behind it though. Because he's already a marketable player, so he gonna be on a team that got a brand, but he's not going to. I don't think he's going to like Wacom, man.
man, it's looking like he might end up somewhere like Utah, I think.
Utah won't get that pick. The commissioner ain't gonna let that happen.
I don't know. You heard what LeBron said the other day.
Yeah, they know what they're supposed to send them. Shaq said the same thing.
They might,
Told him, you gonna go to a hot or
they might
cold?
need that.
Nah, they gonna make sure they take their investments. They
You
going to
going
the
to
right
where
place.
you going where he could be the most marketable, where he could really be the face.
Well, that ain't Utah.
Shoot. You looking at
I
you
ain't
looking
watching
at
Utah
the
games
media
for long.
aspect of it. I'm looking at that
I ain't
game like,
gonna, I'm gonna ask you this: you play video games from growing up, 2K and stuff.
yeah.
How many times you pick Utah?
I mean, how many times did I pick
No,
anybody?
nobody beat Utah. Nobody play with Utah.
Like, you always play with the best teams. I don't know nobody that played with the worst.
So you gonna
When they had Donovan Mitchell, nobody
No,
played
this
with
what
him.
I'm
You just don't
saying.
pick Utah. You just don't pick
This what
Utah.
I'm
When they had
saying.
Donovan Mitchell, you didn't pick him. Nobody picking Utah.
He's not the Jokic. He's not Luka. He's not a foreigner. You know what I'm saying? He's American. He's American born. YT white boy. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. He the
He
great
might come
white
to
hope.
LA.
He the great white. He not going to LA. Shoot, LA won't be able to get him.
You sure won't.
But you talking about
I'm just
putting him
saying
in the
we got a lot of
America, you know,
mhm. I went to the Utah, Indiana or
like,
something. Nah, I'm telling you,
maybe
go somewhere.
you know what? Indiana. You know what I'm saying? But it got to be somewhere where there isn't a marquee guy. There's not a face right there. Now he got to go in instantly, be the face from day one. Almost like how LeBron was the face day one when he touched that Cleveland. Like it was his team. So Cooper got to go to a situation like that.
I think he'll be fine anywhere you go though.
So you think he like a generational talent or something?
No, well, he good. Don't get me wrong, but he going to the worst team. I think he'll make any team that he go to better.
Yeah, but they're gonna get the worst team that he go to. Go be a team they feel like they can still market.
Man, that kind of depends too sometimes though, because I don't know. It's been top picks, you know, that are kind of falling out of favor, and then you don't hear from them that much. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I don't even think it's always, you know, your work ethic on the court, like whether you can play or not. Now it come back to work ethic, but you know, it's a lot of guys in the NBA that had a whole bunch of talent, but they sat their bench, and after a while they out the league. Matter of fact, some of them right now. I had a conversation the other day with somebody about J.D. Davison, and they were talking about how he's more talented than advertising that he should be playing, and that might be true. Like, you know, I wasn't in Alabama at the time to know how he was coming up in high school. I saw him when he played for Bama, and you saw like the athleticism and all those things jump out the page. I kind of always wondered, could he actually just naturally score it though? Because you need it in the league, and I never got the chance to see it though. But there's people out there that's saying if he was anywhere else but
Boston,
you know, Boston,
yeah,
that we'd be hearing about him. So sometimes, man, it's about that fit and who gets you.
Yeah. I think they'll take the time with that. With JD Davis, I mean, he was an all-star in the G League. Then he went to like MVP of their little league or something like that.
Yep.
So he actually showing promise. Like you said, Boston just wasn't the right fit for him. They got too many guards. Like you said, I think they sent him somewhere else. If I was him, I'd be trying to get him out of there. I mean, he go anywhere else. I think he can get some playing time. But I think with Cooper Flag, I think he's a generational player because they don't let high school guys just play with the NBA players in the Olympics just to say I'm practicing with them. Like all them be college guys. For him being in high school playing with them and hold his own, and people like, oh, he holding his own, and LeBron and all them could vouch for him. He different. Like you say, you got Dalton Connect, you got AR-15, you got Luka. It's a trend it's happening.
So
we kind of seeing they balling.
Check this out. Best case scenario, it works out like, you know, the Kevin Durant's and the LeBron, some of the guys who did do the same thing, get the chance to play with those guys early at 19, you know, getting through that USA circuit. So there is, you know, like a model that shows that it can be successful. But at the worst case scenario, what if he turned out to be Christian Laettner? Christian Laettner was a dog.
Chris Lay did what, 3 years at Duke? He did 3 years at Duke. Didn't you 3 or 4 years?
So you sticking to the upside factor, the fact that Cooper Flag.
I mean, Chris Laettner was a great college player, but the eye test shows you Shaq was still gonna be more ready for the NBA as a one-on-one. NBA is one-on-one basketball, so you saw Shaq came out with him, and you knew Shaq still gonna be that guy too.
Yeah, it's real. But no, I'm just talking because I mean I've seen Cooper Flag in person. I saw him in high school. Man, that dude the real deal for real. I'm just talking Trey. Like he can play for real. Now I'm gonna tell you.
You gonna pick him?
I'm gonna tell you now. Broom, I don't know what he gonna translate to on the next level. Let's say he is an older guy. He is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What, 24 right now? He doesn't do anything to just jump off the page to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like his ceiling might be college, and that's okay. But I think this
I don't
like
know.
college or second round, maybe journeyman backup in the league. He's not a star. He's a good player, but he's not a star.
I think go back to what you said. Go back to where he go because if the right team get him, that's kind of like a playoff contender team. Now just need a big man like an OKC. They could use somebody like that. They get a ball in the paint.
What are you gonna do though? I'm gonna give you an example. Remember when Bobby Portis was at Arkansas?
Yeah.
And Bobby has never been the most talented guy, but he was like in the same situation as Broome. Now I don't know if he was a senior at the time, and I don't know what his classification was, but I'm just talking about like he was the heart and soul of that team. He was putting up double doubles and everything. He didn't have a lot of skill neither, but where he got it that I don't see in Broome, that dude is an animal. Like his motor, his mentality, and everything like that. You know, Bobby get the bucket in my eyes and looking all crazy on the court. Sometimes there's other intangibles that kind of make up for that. Broome just, I don't know, man. And I've been saying it all year. I'm not saying it just because of last night, because he's a good player. But I just, man, Sean May, what happened to Sean May? Didn't do nothing in the league. You know, some guys are just meant for college.
I think with Broome's side, I think the right team. If you go into the right team, you pair him like a Victor Wembanyama at the Spurs. You pair him with OKC, son that need a good center. He got a post game. He got a post game. He got a post game. He got to be big, but he hit the little step back at the post. He hit the 3-ball. I mean, he played the stretch. He played the stretch 4 or the stretch 5, and he got size. Like he might not be like Boogie Cousins, no. But my man, I think on a good team, a playoff team that needs a solid bid that we can throw you the ball in the paint, and he can just give us a bucket. I think he can do that for you.
If he works on his game, then maybe. But right now, as the way his game is, he's limited in the post. His best asset is his size. And you know he know how to use his body. But he doesn't have good footwork. He doesn't have good post moves. Like
did he average like 20 something a game?
He lumbered. He was like 18. But I mean,
you thought that man had like 8 points a game. That man was killing people.
Now, hold on, now Johnny, all right now.
But my point is, Sean May.
That's back then. We talking about the now players. It changed up.
Yeah, it did.
Old boy that played for North Carolina like a year ago. What's his name? Bakut or whatever his last name is. He was a double like that. He was mentioned as being possibly like a Player of the Year candidate. But where is he right now? Somewhere.
You had those one like Greg Oden and stuff like that. You had those guys. But I don't think Broome like that.
That was
Broome averaged 18 points a game.
Good for him.
That's good.
That's good.
It is. He a senior 4 years. He put in work, but that doesn't mean he finna have a great career on the doggone on the pro level. It means nothing.
I think the right team though. If he gets to the right team, what they say, he's on the right team. That man will be on the right team. You play him on the right team, on the right situation. A veteran squad that needs somebody like a veteran squad that can fill the
look.
piece.
Hey, remember Jared Sullinger? Played at Ohio.
Yeah, I remember Jared Sullinger.
Like, let me see who else I could throw at. Man,
it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of college guys that didn't make it through there, but I don't think he's gonna be on that level.
Because
he actually got
games.
Yeah, he actually got post moves. Like he
got post. Like he has a game. He's not just I just get I loop and dunk. Like he got a. You get the ball in the paint. I'm not worried about the score.
What you
I'm not
looking
at whether he can dunk. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about on the post. He's mediocre. He's big. He know how to use
with 18 points a game.
Man, look,
he's not mediocre.
So check this out.
Bro's not mediocre now.
He's not mediocre.
So I didn't say he was mediocre. I said his post moves are mediocre. I'm talking about his complete game. He's not as good as advertised. He's a good player.
Get better?
Yeah, he'll get better.
I need to see it. I need to see that motor. I need to see. I don't.
Nah, he might go second round. I mean, he might go second round or late
that's
first.
Why that's why I gave Bobby Portis as an example. His motor made him a long time veteran in the league.
But he had to go to the right system too, though. He went to the right. He had to go to the right system too. Did he get bounced around as well?
So what now?
He didn't get drafted by Milwaukee at first. Did he go somewhere else first?
No, he was in Chicago. But he was in Chicago.
Yeah.
He was a good player there too.
And that was after D-Rose, so you know where they was at.
He got
They had
minutes,
no
but like
structure. No structure.
I'm gonna
So,
tell you what Broom's best asset is to me. To be honest
ace
with you,
the
I think his
game.
best asset is his passing ability. I
Passing
think
ability.
Oh, here we go. There they go.
I'm telling you, look,
Who they passing the ball to? Johnny Broom.
no. If you watch Auburn all season long, they, you know what I'm saying, they shown that they could beat you a number of ways.
Yeah.
There have been games where, you know what I'm saying, guys have gotten 30, guys getting 28. Like he wasn't he's had some mediocre games.
But
You know
I
what I'm
tell
saying, as
you
far as
what,
like him
you
filling up the
seen
box
last
sheet.
night when he didn't get the ball, what happened, right?
That's on
On
him
the
though.
game online though, they found it when they get on the line though. They found me the brothers. They found Johnny.
You got to demand that ball. Why are you out here on this perimeter? Get your butt in that post. But he think
He had one arm yesterday.
think
He had one arm yesterday.
Hey man, was he in the game or was he not?
I get that, but you said that do his own elbow with a whole bracelet. After he got elbow on that funny ball, he can't grip the ball no more.
Did
Start
he
throwing
play
it
or
at
did he
the end.
not? And then they go, so okay,
No,
so
hey, he can play hurt. That don't mean it's a beneficial. He can play hurt. He can play hurt.
I'm telling you why you prove my point. So he's a post guy. He's a post guy. He's supposed to be this. Like he got 101 post moves like Timmy D and Elijah one, but he can't use his other hand. You mean to tell me he couldn't get a right hand layup? Matter of fact, did y'all see the play when he was in the play? He caught it off that block and he dribbled. They compared him to Charles Barkley at the time. Charles was like, yeah, but that's when I was older or something like that. But he was pounding that ball like 10 times to get that paint, and he couldn't even get a shot up because he ain't got no moves. He couldn't turn and drop over and turn over the right shoulder and go with the left.
They know he had a hurt on. They know he caught one side. He wasn't going back to his other hand.
Man,
they knew that crippled him. That hurt him.
He is limited.
I mean, you can play with a hurt ankle, but I mean, you gonna jump as high because you hurt your ankle. Yeah, you still out there because you can just wheel through it, but I mean, you gonna dunk on somebody after that. You just gonna play through the motions. I'm gonna just give you enough.
I hear you. He has a left hand. He has a right hand. George Michael drill. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, simple basketball. He's supposed to be a post player. He's supposed to be as good as advertised. He's supposed to be at the finish.
Break your elbow and see if you got a right hand and a left hand.
Yeah, bump all that.
Available at the time. Now you
bump all that.
Johnny Broom
That
like
elbow
no, Johnny Broom be balling, man. We can't do that. I can't let you have this one. I can't let you have this one.
Man.
Listen, Johnny Broom
did
exactly
played
what he's supposed to do.
Oh, matter of fact, I say, you know what? Since y'all bringing him up, and this go back to me talking about motor and heart and things like that. My man with the 2 last names. What's the boy name? You're making me draw a blank with the the boy from the Dominican or whatever.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah, he transferred like 6 times. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He been hurt all tournament. He has listed multiple injuries and everything. But what did he do last night? Go out on his shield. He go out there and he out there playing hard.
Well, he ain't playing the 5 either. He's not playing the post. He's a wing man. He's not playing the post.
So now it's easier for me to play hurt if I'm on the wing than it is in the post.
You ain't getting that.
Is that what we saying?
Like that.
He ain't banging. He ain't banging like that.
No.
Man,
he ain't banging like that.
We talking about lower extremity injuries. We talking about him, you know what I'm saying, shuffling his feet, playing on defense. It's more than whether he getting banged on his arm. He got other body parts that's legit hurt. Check the doggone scouting report, the injury report. That dude was hurt legit too. But he didn't play like it.
But Johnny Broom wasn't the reason Auburn lost yesterday.
No, he's not. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. We already discussed that. We talking about, is he a pro or not, or how good he gonna be on the next level?
He's definitely a pro. I think you get to the right team that need a big man. That just need somebody that can fill in. He'll do a thing. Now, if you go to a team like that's just kind of out there, you go to Washington Wizards. Yeah, it might be barbecue for him. It might be
he
cool.
remind me of?
No,
he remind me a little bit, not identical as far as the player, but I'm just talking about some of the limitations offensively. Andre Drummond. Now, Andre Drummond, when he was in college and everything, he put up big double numbers. He might have been 18 and 10 a game. But Andre Drummond had a motor that he was going to get 20 rebounds a night. He adjusted to the league. So, like I say, I don't know if it's certain things. I hope so. I would love to see him do well. I just know I've seen other big men kind of.
You gonna mess around and let somebody like go to state get him, and you gonna be mad.
I ain't gonna be mad. I wish him the best.
But I'm saying he would go to state with Steph shooting. He could just get in the paint and get busy in the paint while Steph and Butler them on the outside, and the rest of the shooters they got. They'll be all right. It's just a fit. I'm telling you, he go to a team that do a solid bid that just we give you the ball, can give us at least 8 points your rookie year, 8 to 10.
It's possible.
Because he gonna get better.
It's possible.
And he will be plug and play. He's 20. How old is he? 24. He will be plug and play. He will be ready to play when he get there.
But see, this is the thing though. Now we were talking about upside a minute ago, and we were talking about how Cooper Flag and certain younger players could get better over time. Now he's already 24. I'm saying that I feel like he's limited 22. A little bit as far as his package. So how much better?
I think he'll be ready to play. He'll be ready to play the time he get there.
So here's what I'm saying. He might be ready to play the time that he get there for a while. He might have some success to a degree, but at some point they're gonna figure you out. At some point they're gonna are you gonna be able to adjust? Think about. Remember, you a Lakers fan. Remember when the Lakers had THT and everybody was acting like THT was finna be this, that, and the third, but then he goes to Utah, then he disappears. You look at Alex Caruso. Then they go back to what you're saying about fit. I get it, but some of those guys, you know what I'm saying, are able to have some kind of intangible that keeps them higher. So with him, I feel like he can be like them other guys I just named. He'll be good for a minute. He can be because he can play. He's not a scrub. But when they make the adjustment, is he gonna take his game to another level to be able to just not ride the pine?
You know I think he will. I think he will because we nominated player of the year. I think he has it. Ted always say to Auburn. He got it's not really a weakness in his game where he'd be like, okay, he got to still work on this. Cooper Flag gonna have more or less games. Here we had like 8 here. Sometimes he might show you a flash. But at 22 years old, he almost got his grown man body. And he's seen enough basketball too. I mean, he came from Morehead State. Then he went to Auburn. I mean, he been around good coaching. So he been around the block a little bit. When he gets to the league, it's not gonna be a shock to him. Like
I'll tell you what he needs to work on. He need to work on like Spoiler said, he got to be a better free throw shooter.
Free throw.
Work on his outside shot. He got to work on the outside shot because just like the way the game is played too, it make a difference. Because like how many teams are really just throwing it down on the block to somebody? You know what I'm saying?
All he shoot threes. I done seen Bruce shoot a couple threes this year.
Huh?
I done seen Bruce shoot a couple threes this year. He'll keep you honest. He'll keep you honest and think. Y'all think about it too. The NBA is a different sport than college. The NBA is straight one-on-one basketball. College is a lot of strategies. We gonna throw all kind of defense at you. NBA, we get your weak side one-on-one. He might punish you. He get a little person on him. I mean, a lot of times everybody playing with 6'9", that big man be 6'9" or something like that. They don't have a lot of 7-footers just in the league going crazy on the block or So he get one-on-one with somebody, he might do dishes with him.
It's possible. I'm not gonna rule it out. I'm just not convinced yet. I hope he does. You know what I'm saying? I hope he does. I just know that I watched a lot of basketball. I've seen a lot of different players, and some people, their ceiling is, college, and that's okay.
What about the guy from Florida? You think he's sitting in this college?
No.
Now, what's his tangible that you like so much? Because he's shooting the 3-ball really well. He's a transfer just like Broom was. What's his similar part? Because a lot of guards play like that in the NBA. A lot of them.
And I think right now he can play with those guys. I think he's like you mentioned, somebody said something about him being 6'3". We were having a Cooper Flag and him, like who was, I think I posted, who would you take right now, Flag or Clayton? And some people were talking about, well, 6'9" goes a long way in the league, which is true. I get that. But this dude is as electrifying as a Dame. You know what I'm saying? He's exciting to watch when he got that ball in his hands like a Trae Young. Like, I can see him being a star. There's no weakness in his game offensively. He can shoot it from the outside. He can shoot out the dribble. He can catch and shoot it. He can get in the paint, finish with, like, you saw a couple of those and ones that he had when he was coming downhill super fast. Then he kind of just put the pause on and just soft floated off the glass and one. that changed the pace. He has something in his game that I think that he gonna be all right. His ceiling is not college. He can be an all-star.
Yeah, I think he'll just the lead. He's 6'3", so I know he got to see it every night though. He got to see some good competition every night. That's gonna be the
But
thing with his development. I think where he goes is gonna be a big thing too. I mean, where you go, especially in his case, because a lot of guards playing just like he plays, shoot three ball where they're fast, they get to the hole. So it depends on what team he go to. Because some teams they might not convert that talent like he got. So you think
yeah,
you think he top five lottery pick? You think he a lottery pick like top five?
um, I don't know, because they definitely look at overseas and everything. Like I'm not too sure. I don't know who's coming out of
Mm-hmm.
Europe right now. Um, you know, G League players, a couple of them might get a shot. I don't know where he
Yep.
ranks. I just know that he's a pro. I can't say
Okay.
that he's a lottery pick, but I know that whoever gets him, they're gonna get somebody that's not only talented and skilled, but like tenacious. Like he just plays so hard, and nothing really bothers him.
No,
Like
he a
like we
ball.
were
He a
talking
hooper.
about.
He a
We were talking
hooper.
about
He a
Cooper
hooper.
Flag, and some of that is experience. Um, he wanted that ball at the end of the game. He knew it had to be on him to carry Florida over the top, because nobody else was just stand out. Like they had a couple players that played well, but it wasn't like the first game where they just completely dominated Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn loses that game because of him. Coaching and him. It's not about the individual. You could say, I could talk about what Broome did and didn't do. I could talk about what Pettiford did and didn't do. But all in all, they didn't have no answer for number 5.
He definitely didn't have no answer.
Okay.
Whatever his number is, he's not 5. 5 is the boy with the dread. You know what I'm talking about. Mr. Clayton Jr.
He's number 1, sir.
Yeah, he's number 1.
Light skinned Leroy. They call him Baby Steph, the baby face assassin.
This is my ultimate question. Who's gonna win March Madness?
I'm gonna go for Florida, and I'm
I'm
going
gonna
for
run
Florida
Houston on
because of
this
him.
one. I'm gonna run
You
Houston.
going Houston?
I'm gonna go Houston.
I wouldn't be mad
I'm,
either
I'm
way.
going. I'm going with a prize pick on this one. I'm going Houston.
I guess I gotta break the tie. I'm gonna go Florida.
What Houston got to do to win the game? How do they pull it off?
Houston rebounding. I know Florida got about 3. They deep at big men. They got about 3 or 4 bigs that really go at you. They can shoot the 3 and they rebound well. I think Houston rebounding. I think my man number 13, he'll be in foul trouble. I've been seeing him a while at Houston. He been balling. I think he will be a big factor. And they guards they got. They got some older guards that shoot the 3 ball real good. And they can really clamp down on the team. In the
Yeah,
tournament, I
they
saw
definitely can.
they held Purdue to 60 points. Then they saw the game against the last game they played. They can show you. You can come back. We can bring it up to 60. I mean, Duke averaging 90 some points a game and only held to like what 70 points or 60 some
Right.
points. So they try to put the clamps on you when they need to,
Yeah,
and they
that's
can
true.
still score with you. So I feel like in college that does make a factor because they can get loose. But I think it's gonna come down to that. But if it's tight, that boy Clay, I think he'll show up when it's tight. That's the thing. When it's tight, he can show up. But think about Houston, if you let them hang around and you just get cold, it's over. They can get at
Yeah,
you. So I'm gonna roll Houston on that note.
man.
I think it'll
Houston
be
was
a good
like
game. I look at.
the way they closed that game last night. It was like blood in the water. Like they just smelled blood. They was like some sharks, man.
They was like some sharks. I mean, they scored what 8 points in 15 seconds.
Yeah,
Straight defense. Yeah, give me that. Give me that.
It was the
Like,
craziest ending ever. Like, I mean, that's why I say that foul call. I mean, to me, Houston had a number. No mistake.
yeah,
They can make no mistake. I
yeah.
mean,
They took that. They took
they
it from them.
they forced the inbound play, and Houston got the ball. Then they
Right.
went back and shot a 3 and made it. So it was like, to me, Houston just walked them down, just straight
Yeah.
walked them down.
mhm.
I know I was a Florida fan 06, 07. So would y'all compare this Florida team to that Florida team?
Not at all.
Nah,
Yeah, I feel the
Nah,
same way.
nah,
I
them
feel,
dudes
Nah,
were loaded.
that team had too many superstars on
Yeah, they were loaded.
yeah, they
it. They
was
were
low.
loaded.
But this team they got all the way now. They done
Yeah,
made
They
it all the
did.
way.
No, they did. I think no. Florida definitely made. They definitely impressed me to get to the finals because I didn't think they. I thought it would get put out before. I thought they at least get to Elite Eight
Mm-hmm.
and probably Final Four. But I didn't think they'll get to the final. So I can crash for Florida for getting them. Houston, I thought Houston gonna make a good run, but not to the finals. Well, 'cause both these teams in the final. I didn't have them in the final. I didn't think they were gonna get. I thought they had some deep runs, but not to the
yeah,
final. I didn't think they'll get that far.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. I ain't gonna lie. I could see Houston winning it. I can, but I'm not a gambling man. I'm not gonna put no money on
Oh, scared money don't make no money now.
They can't.
it.
We're not condoning gambling, everybody. We're not condoning that, but I'm just saying, don't go with our picks when we pick.
Oh look, don't
Get
be
mad at
mad
me
at
because your
me.
rent. You couldn't pay your rent this month. Don't get mad at me you couldn't pay your rent and start your mortgage. We can
I'm
do
not the
that.
parlay. Don't look at me.
That's what you gotta leave it in parlay. We just going on what we think. But I just look at just the college game. I just feel like Houston feel that it's just a little college mode. I feel like something to do. It's H Town, Davy Live, it's just something new.
It'd be
Florida
dope.
has done it, but you know,
So
It'd be
we'll
dope.
see tomorrow with that one shining moment. I hope SEC win. That's why I'm a SEC all day. If Houston win, I'm happy for them too. Masterpiece son on Houston, so
y'all want to say
Man, yeah.
Battlefield them. Make them say,
And you know what? That just go to show you too. The impact of having seniors and older guys on the team. Because if this was a couple years ago, he would probably be playing more. Like Masterpiece son, is that the one that's Hershey or Mercy?
he a freshman though.
Yeah, but I'm saying he can play.
Yeah.
play,
He good.
But he has to wait his turn because
Mm-hmm.
teams won't the older guys. They want experience now.
oh yeah, NIL changed all that.
Like people talking about how the NIL hurting the doggone game. I
Mercy.
don't think the NIL is hurting it. I think it's the portal.
Mhm.
Like they just granted a 7-year to a guy last week.
He still
should've-
claiming the COVID year, huh? He still claiming the
Man.
COVID year.
COVID year.
That
whatever
COVID got played out now. That was 2020. It's time letting COVID go now. You can keep letting it go.
All the
It got to
Auburn
be some
fans
kind of
tuning
cap.
in, don't say nothing in this conversation right here. 'Cause y'all ain't the oldest team ever. So Auburn,
But I'm just
Yeah.
saying though, like that's taken away from like younger guys, the freshmen. Like unless you a Cooper Flag, unless you in the ESPN 100, you got to step down. You got to go to smart. These schools want guys that are vets.
Yeah, I mean that's a smart thing to do though. That's
But
smart
it gotta
though.
be, and it's smart, but it got to be a cap, man. Like you can't be 28 still playing college ball. Can't be 28.
why?
I
If you
think,
didn't play out 4 years yet, you got 4.
I
You
think
didn't
they
play out
need
your
to-
eligibility out.
Right.
man, I think they need to put some kind of cap stipulation to govern a little bit better, man.
What about you got a red shirt? Did you get your gray shirt because you got hurt? That's a gray shirt,
So
red
then you
shirt.
gonna
That's
get
2
a
years
red
right there.
A red shirt, a COVID year, a blue shirt, whatever that is. The
The gray shirt, if you injured and got hurt, what you
Right.
mean? You
Man,
could
that
they can
gray
play
shirt-
until you
These babies ain't working. These grown men though.
7 years.
Cooper Flag 18 working Johnny Broom. Where he 28. Come on now.
You think so? Johnny Bruin like 23, ain't he?
He's 22.
But do
He's
you really
22.
think should somebody 26 still be playing college ball? Like,
If
come on,
they
keep it up.
eligible. If they eligible.
They do it. If they eligible.
Like no LeBron out there at 26. I ain't seen nobody past 25 playing and working these young boys.
They don't be super old record. They'll be working on. I mean, Miami had that kicker. That wasn't the Miami kicker 30.
They
Say that
just
again?
One Miami kicker pretty old. The Paula one, he like 30 or something. He was like 28, 29. Had a whole family in Miami. Kids and all went to the school. Had his little kids. Like, he was old. I won't say their partner was real old.
Nah, you've seen it before. Like, I don't know if you remember Chris Winkie that played for Florida State back in the day, quarterback. Chris Winkie was like 28, I think 26, somewhere up there. But
That's kind of old. That is kind of old
he
still
had
playing
gone
with the young guys.
He had gone to the military or something like that. So he like y'all said, to y'all's point, if you still have eligibility. But eligibility is supposed to be 4 years. You're not supposed to have all these doggone conditions and amendments and reasons where you can just keep on getting extra years.
They'll waive.
But look, think about it. You get a red shirt year. If you play at least 3 games and then pay ACL, that's a gray shirt because you can't play over 5. So now you got a gray shirt.
I need to look and see how this man got 7 years. I really need to know how he got 7. I need to know.
He just happen. The thing is, did he get a degree out the deal? You get something, at least get a degree out the deal.
He better. He should already have it.
Be honest. A lot of these guys only going to college because it's mandatory now. Let's just be honest now. A lot of these kids saying I'm only going because I got to, and then they drop out right after the season and go to the league. It's to me, take that out because if you're ready, you're ready. But I get it with the NBA saying, them high school boys weren't ready. But
I think the one done the best thing for them to do.
But whether you 18 or 28, if you're going to the league, you're going to the league.
But I really get an experience of college. That 1 year college, I think they really helped. It did help the league a lot. So just coming out of high school, because a lot of you go to prep schools, and you saw they play. Some guys don't play nobody in high school. They be prep schools, and you be like, bro, man, it's like a big age. You can be 80 to 20 and stuff. You ain't playing nobody. At least in college, we can see you at least play against your peers that be like they supposed to be playing too. Like see Cooper play goes to ACC and then do his thing to the ACC and play against Auburn earlier this year. Play against a lot of good teams. We gotta see what happens. So we're like, okay, I can run with that.
So let me ask you this then. How does the landscape of college basketball really impact the NBA? Like when you look at the top players in the league right now, after LeBron and Steph and all those guys leave, the top players are mostly foreigners. They're European or they're from Canada or somewhere like that. So why aren't we having the number of stars step up? Like why is the NBA drafting guys from overseas as projects earlier than they are taking these guys that have gone through these 4-year college programs, or if they got the 7th year, 6th, whenever they got done playing.
Well,
why aren't they?
I think the Euro players, the advantage they get, they be pros at 16 years old.
That's it.
Like they've been playing pro basketball since they were 16, so they kind of are playing. They were playing pro level. They play with grown men since they were 16. So that's kind of a cheat code in their end. Now, the American-born players, we still got our guys like Anthony Edwards and all them that come out of one and done. Zion Williams was one and done, out 5. So we have good players that get to come out. They need to come out as American-born players, I feel like. It just, developmental-wise, a lot of European players they were playing pro ball for a minute. I mean, Joker wasn't the first-round pick. Joker was second-round pick. But he's dominating now.
Right, and Joker, Luka, all those guys, they played overseas for a long time. But we also, I guess, just looking at
that's their college. When they get to play pro, that's their college.
Luka was drafted by Atlanta. So would the scenario be different if he stayed in Atlanta?
Yep.
Because you got Trae Young, they did that swap and sent Luka to the Mavericks, and then Trae to Atlanta.
I think culture-wise, it helped a lot.
It helped a lot, yeah, culture-wise, like you said. Yeah. Talent-wise, he still would have been Luka in Atlanta.
I don't know.
He still would have been Luka in Atlanta.
I don't know. I really said it. I don't think Atlanta developed talent like that.
No, they don't.
I don't think they developed talent like that. Like, they brought people to help Trae and still couldn't figure it out. Like, I don't think they developed talent. Guys really invested in Luka and what to get for him. Atlanta, they ain't been right since Joe Johnson, Josh Smith. When they had Al Horford, they ain't been right since then. Like that team they don't develop talent.
They don't. They develop talent. They don't keep talent, like for whatever reason, because it's Atlanta. But DeJounte Murray was developed in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? He's a good player. You look at the boy that they.
DeJounte Murray with the Spurs.
Huh?
Then he went to Atlanta. DeJounte Murray with the Spurs. Then he went to Atlanta.
No, I thought he was with Atlanta first.
Spurs.
He with the Spurs. Pops raised him.
He's been on 3 teams.
DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, DeJounte Murray that came with Trae. He was with the Spurs. He was a dog at the Spurs, and then he got they thought they thought they'd work together.
Okay, but still, so you got
New Orleans.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
All right.
He played for New Orleans.
You know what I'm saying? That's his 3rd team, so he played for New Orleans. But like Atlanta's had talent, they just don't know how to keep it.
Yeah.
you know, that's not a city, that's not a destination for whatever reason. Or a marquee organization for the
If the
NBA.
Falcons,
The Falcons always get stars. We keep it. We gonna find somebody.
but
The
do you
Falcons
bring
gonna-
a ship? But do you bring a ship?
Hey, now we don't get started on that right
I'm
now.
just
See,
saying that's the culture of Atlanta sports. That's what I'm telling you. Trae
the
Young
culture.
ain't bringing no ship. They ain't bringing no ship. Luka went all the way last year.
But hold on now. Wait a minute. I feel you on that, but okay. The Cowboys ain't won no championship since whenever they won one, since the 90s. You know what I'm saying? The Mavericks have won in their history, right?
2011. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just like some cities, you know, are just more basketball oriented or whatnot. You know, Atlanta, Black Hollywood. You know, players not going.
No, because Miami, you got a lot of these. New Orleans, you got a lot of these black cities.
Hold on now. Wait a minute. Time out. So going back to that. Now, Miami under, the leadership that it has now and Pat Riley and the organization, Mickey and all them, like, I'm a little older than you, so I remember Miami when they had running cycling. Miami hasn't always been no prime destination for no NBA basketball.
I ain't say they were.
You know what I'm saying?
But the culture down there is it is what it is.
Because of people who end up going there and making it that way.
Wade County.
Yeah, because they drafted Dwayne Wade because Mickey Andrews or whatever the owner, because of Sproul and Pat Riley and all them. Yeah, Atlanta didn't have that, but I'm just saying, like, even if Atlanta did, like Atlanta had, remember Buddy Ball? Now that was the thing. Like Jack said, when they had Joe Johnson and all them, you would have thought at the time that was enough to sustain the culture that was gonna last for a while. They broke that team up.
Mm-hmm.
They broke it up. So it's like I say, it's Atlanta's fault that Atlanta's not fostering and keeping talent. It's not that we can't. We've had it. It's just for whatever reason we let it go away. And I don't think it's just about championships because everybody don't win. All these franchises don't win. But like Cleveland.
Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Cleveland, think about it. LeBron showed them they got to spend some money. Cleveland want to spend no money either. They ain't want to spend money. Once they said, okay, we got to spend money, they started developing, getting better players, and they got better. I think Atlanta, like you were saying with Atlanta, they just don't develop. They get draft picks, they just don't develop them. Or they get the same player. They get the same wingman. Like, you don't need
now we do have a problem with that. We log jam positions like a month. We be several guys do the same exact thing.
You gonna get those small four from next year. Like, why are you getting the same player every year?
Yeah,
like,
they definitely do that. But I just feel like, I don't know, some players are just generational. They just transcendent players, and Luka one of them. Like, Dallas made the best decision with that trade. You know what I'm saying? It favored them. Trae Young, you know, he's scrappy, he's tough. You know, he thinks he's mini Steph. You know, he shooting at a high rate just as much, but he's not a pure shooter. He's streaky. So sometimes he get caught up living with that three ball, and then, you know, he's not doing other things that contribute to winning basketball. You know, if he would have gone,
he just aired like they just aired OKC a few minutes ago. I just watched that game.
He
just aired them out. I'm talking about he killed he can
play
by himself.
But is he gonna be the catalyst to a deep run playoff team though?
No.
Luka?
No, he said Trae Young.
Talking about Trae.
Trae Young, my bad.
Luka, like I say,
Trae Young. I think Trae Young need to come in some. He can shoot the three ball. You gotta shoot 40 feet out. Just shoot 28 to 30 feet.
Too many.
It's too deep. It's like, bro, we get you can shoot. We know you got the range. Just come in. Just get to Clay where Clay be at. Clay shoot at the perfect spot. Shoot right there. And I think he'll be a point guard too. Trae Young would have passed ball very well. I mean, he passed on the bad boy. He's very good at assists. So it's like, I think he need a good athletic wing that can really help him out. They thought Devontae Murray would help, but they need an athletic wing. I think like somebody like a Paul George been a good fit when he was healthy.
If he was healthy, yeah. Healthy Paul George, Trae Young, that's nasty.
Now, but I was thinking the athletic wing to help Trae, like a bigger wing, not a shooting guard, but just another athletic wing. They can get down that you know gonna give you like DeMar Rosen or somebody like that. I think that'd be a good fit for Trae.
Yeah.
That's just how I look at it with Trae.
But y'all hear our picks. Y'all hear what we saying. Drop in the comments if y'all think we wrong. We could be. Look,
He said we could be. We might be.
Oh, did y'all mention the Colorado the prime time effect with Colorado Pro Day? Did y'all hear anything about that? What you doing?
No, what happened
It's
at the pro day?
Travis Hunter did all receiver drills.
Now I saw that one they making fun of on the
I
Receiver
saw the one
drills. I
that
think.
one of too.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Shador Sanders look good to me. They're talking like some teams still act like they ain't sold them for some reason. I don't know why, but they look good. Like
I like Shador.
good little. Shout out to Prime for that Showtime
Shout
that
out to Cole
showcase they had.
was out there.
So who does he have coming in? Like, is it, they gave him a contract extension. So now some people saying they
They
kind
got the
of they
top
didn't give him
quarterback. The
that.
top quarterback came in. The ESPN
Okay.
number 2 quarterback came in.
I sure hope they fix that. Their defense. That's the problem.
They
They can
defense was
score.
bad last year.
Right.
They can score, but they
It wasn't Alabama defense, but their defense was like to me. I thought that was the strong suit of their team for
I
real.
thought they got
Was
better.
their defense?
man.
They got
I'm saying
defense better.
it needs to. It's going to have to improve a lot more for him to really contend. He just had some generational talents, at quarterback and wide receiver and all this, and they can only go so far because they couldn't stop nobody consistently. That in the offensive line. I hope they protect the new boy better than they did Shador, because he was getting his head banged a lot of Saturdays.
We gonna watch Prime work. Prime gonna work on it.
I think, now he what 9-4 from what 4 games year before one
Now
game.
look, if we talk about where Colorado been for the last 20-something years, he ahead of the curve for sure.
He is ahead.
Oh, he's so ahead of the curve. He had the first year he got there, only had 1 win. The next year he gave him 4. Then he got you 9 in the bowl. I'm like, hold up, so working.
Yeah.
It working.
Yeah.
Shout out
It's
to
working. I just don't want him to lead. I just don't want him to lead to go like. I think Bill Colorado, because some people give it to SEC real fast. I think just let Bill Colorado up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think too much pressure in the SEC. They want now. They've been too much at right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
But y'all, I thank y'all for joining Sporty Shorty once again. We got so much love last time, feedback from everybody. They like Blackjack and Coach Mo together. You know what I'm saying? And me, I'm the facilitator. Y'all know how I do. But
I had to put him in the headlock sometime.
Listen. We're gonna be watching tomorrow though. One shining moment who will come out on top. 2 say Florida, 1 say H-Town. So y'all drop in the comments who y'all think. And as always, y'all know how I do. Go Mavs and roll Tide. Peace.
Appreciate it. Enjoy y'all again.
Oh yeah, always.